A rapper accused of glorifying murder in his lyrics has been recalled to prison for breaching his licence conditions, the probation service have confirmed.
Jack Ferry killed schoolboy Jimmy Mizen and in 2008 was sentenced to 14 years in jail. Part of the rapper's parole agreement included being barred from entering the Greenwich Borough of London. But in music videos found by The Sun and watched by his victim's family, Ferry, who goes by the alias 10, that's his rapper name, was filmed in front of Canary Wharf inside that Greenwich area.
Yeah, of course. So let me read out some of those lyrics from his songs, but just a warning that the following lines may be disturbing to some viewers and listeners. OK, so these are the words. Sharpen up my blade. I've got to keep those necessary. Stay alert and keep it ready, and any corner could be deadly. Stuck it on a man and watched him melt like Ben and Jerry's.
Now, Jimmy's mother, Margaret Mizen, told us yesterday she said that the rap lyrics are absolutely horrendous and that she wants answers from the BBC.
I think it's absolutely beyond disgraceful. I can't believe that the BBC would do this. Now, I know that at the moment they're saying, well, they didn't know who he was, etc., but there must be ways of looking at these things. You know, perhaps people show their passports with a name or something, but they're making excuses. There's no excuses. They played his music, and you're playing the music of someone who's committed murder.
The lyrics that we read out to you, they were not specifically played on the BBC, so that's not the song. But what Jimmy Mizen's mother, the point she's making is that if you are putting artists on, say, 1Extra, which I think is the channel it was on, I don't understand why the BBC have decided to delve into all sorts of different 1Extra, BBC Dance, so on and so forth, but that's another conversation. But they should be aware of what they're promoting, and former Police and Crime Commissioner Festus Akubusoye joins me now. I just tried that. I got it. Listen, Festus, we've spoken a few times. I am very concerned that this person who came out, breached his licence, is allowed even for this kind of music to be put on any platforms, and it is so graphic and disgusting. So he hasn't learnt anything in prison.
Clearly not. I mean, this is absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. And in my view, when someone has been sent to jail for murder, then comes out in 2023 with very strict conditions on their release from prison. This person not only breaches that order by going into the area where they were barred from, but films a music video in that area glorifying the murder they committed. In my view, this is evidence of someone who has not been rehabilitated, who does not give two figs about the criminal justice system, and even worse, does not care whatsoever at all about the impact on the victims of their heinous crime. And in my opinion, the only place for someone like that is to be back in jail straight away.
Professor, we were chatting just during the break there, and you said this is not actually a particularly unique case. This happens repeatedly.
Yeah. And as someone who likes, you know, rap music, as many other people in this country do, one thing that I don't think is acceptable is when you have people who have been sent to jail for these kind of crimes, then being given a platform to actually talk about what they did in a glorifying way. And we've just had this horrible situation where a young girl's murder was just finalised yesterday in court. And there's the wider discussion about knife crime and serious violence among young people in London and also around the country, which the Met Commissioner was talking about in the interview with the Times yesterday. And this culture of glorifying violence in such a graphic way. And the other thing that I've got to just mention very quickly is that something that actually becomes a trigger in this situation is when you have people using social media and music, as it were, to incite other people and goad other people. That causes a lot of problem for the police, and I think this is actually quite an outrageous example of that.
Well, do you know what? Now you say that, I think to myself, they were really hot on picking up people who they felt incited violence in their social media when the riots happened in July. Yet in your music, you are allowed to say these things and do these things. There is an issue with this kind of music. It's not actually rap, it's drill, this music. Is there any way the government can do something about this kind of music?
So from my time in post as a Police and Crime Commissioner and having worked with some of the surveillance and covert officers who do all kinds of really, really incredible work online, They have all kinds of techniques that they use to scan social media and rap videos for these kind of content. So I can't fault them for the effort that they make in that regard. But you are absolutely right. Some people will be quite rightly asking questions, well, where is the parity of intervention in this case? But I'm glad this one is being looked into, and this guy's got to go back to jail, because we can't have this kind of incitement of such a grotesque murder in London or anywhere in this country for that matter. It is totally unacceptable.
Can music not be seen as incitement as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it needs to be now. Because
absolutely.
These young people, a lot of the time they're walking around with kitchen knives. It's not even zombie knives or the horrible ones.
And what people don't realise are the vast majority of knives used to kill people are things that can actually just buy in Tesco and Asda, or just your kitchen knife, not the big fancy zombie knife that we often see displayed on social media.
Well, Festus, thank you very much for joining us live in the studio. Really appreciate it. Now, we've just got some replies to go through here. So, let's